Hello, my name is Aruna and I usually make videos about tea and vitiligo. The title of today's video is Think You Have Vitiligo? What next? Recently I got a message from a friend of mine mentioning that she had some white spots on her collarbone area and wondered if it was vitiligo. So that's what inspired this video. So the first thing I would recommend is that you just stay calm and don't make too many assumptions. It's entirely possible that you don't have vitiligo at all. There are some other causes for white patches on the skin that you should rule out first. For example, the white spots could be caused by a fungal infection, they could be caused by eczema, or they could be caused by a vitamin deficiency. So you shouldn't assume that you have vitiligo before you've ruled out all of the other possibilities. On a side note, if you happen to know that you have vitiligo already, and people have told you that you should eat better because they think you have a vitamin deficiency and that's what's causing your white spots, or they think you have maybe a fungal infection or something like that, don't take too much offense to it. It's happened to me a few times in different settings, and you just have to know that they don't know any better. They don't know vitiligo exists. Ruling out all other possibilities for the cause of the white spots is the only way to diagnose vitiligo, because the cause for vitiligo is as of yet unknown. So in order to rule out all the other possibilities, you really should make an appointment with your dermatologist as soon as you first start noticing the spots, so that if it is one of these other things, you're able to treat it as soon as possible. And if it is vitiligo, well, then you'll know for sure. I know for me, I waited for the longest time to go to the dermatologist. I'm not sure why, and I've heard of a few cases in which this has happened. You just notice the spots but don't care. And because you don't care about the spots, nobody else in your life seems to notice them either. And suddenly it's months and months later, and I'm talking about my own example here, you have spots all over your face. And you look in the mirror one day and you go, how did those get there? So I would suggest going to a dermatologist just so you know what it is, but you know, I don't know what I was going to say next. Moving on. My final recommendation is that you protect your white spots regardless of what is causing the white spots. It's really amazing how much damage the sun can do to completely bleached white skin. And you should be especially careful if you have dark skin like I do, or darker, because you're not used to being so incredibly sensitive to exposure to the sun. That being said, I think that lack of exposure to the sun for the white spots is probably also not good as well. So you shouldn't kind of cover your entire body at all times. You need vitamin D from the sun anyway. And my theory is that if there's something you're doing right physically and personally, because everybody's body is totally different, if you're doing something right with respect to the vitiligo, then exposure to the sun might be necessary to repigment. I am being a little mysterious when I say if you're doing something right, because my body reacts to certain stresses and triggers in a very predictable way. So I'm very lucky because I know what to do in order to stop the spreading of my vitiligo or manage it the best way that I can. Maybe I'll make a separate video about that sometime to sort of explain that. But anyway, the point of this bullet point was that you should protect your white spots. Otherwise, they will burn and get puffy and be painful for days and days and days. And yes, I am speaking from experience. So those are all of my recommendations for what to do if you think that you have vitiligo. I hope that this video was helpful for you, and if it was, please feel free to comment or give me any kind of feedback. If you'd like to see any other video related to vitiligo, I'm happy to speak from personal experience or do research on it and make a video about it so that you have information. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. I don't know what to say to start the video. Hi, my name's Aruna and I usually make videos about tea and vitiligo. Today, I am not focusing on the video that I'm making, so I'm gonna start again. Ah!